Flexx Morgan room. So much soul about to bust out the room. All different flavors, way more than 32. From these shoes, you can't mess with these dudes. Nike Reeboks, the bounce out the knees. Golden Gooses on do.
What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Soul Brothers, hosted by yours truly, Flexx and none other than Morgan Sneaker Room. Wow, I was gonna say today, guys, we are blessed for the guests. What's up? What's up? How you feeling? And what's what's up? How you feeling? And what's new, my guy?
What is going on, man? It's a Sunday night.
Yes, sir.
The last episode dropped with Haas. It was a great episode.
It was a good episode.
And I think that was
doing very well too. Doing very well.
Yeah, and it's kind of like a full circle moment where, you know, that's my first podcast experience was with my first kicks. And it was great to have him on.
It was a good episode. Like you said, you know, full circle. That's kind of reason why I dubbed it my first episode. Because my first podcast episode in general was with Haas, and his podcast name is My First Kicks. Like I said, I think just the substance of the episode and the conversations was a lot better than I thought they would be. So
for sure. I feel like these are things that need to be talked about. And the thing is, like, we're very competitive, the three of us. And that's probably one of the reasons it took us so long to get Haas on, is that I know I'm very competitive. I'm extremely competitive. I always want to be the best by outworking everybody. And so that's probably why we hadn't had him on until this point. So I'm happy we did finally get that, and I'm happy that our episode's doing well because people care what he has to say, and ideally people care what we have to say.
Yeah, sounds about right. Let's start with what was on feet today.
Yes, sir.
Pearlized pink. No, these are wrong. These are the rustic pink.
So it's like the B tier of pink foam posits, because I've got the pearlized pink.
Yeah, these are 2018.
2018
release. And the reason why I got these was because of the pearlized pink foam posits, because I knew we wouldn't get those again. And this was the closest thing to them, so I was like, you know what? Why not?
The way things are going now, we might get them again. We might get them again.
It might follow after the Galaxy. I think they got some colorways that are tucked away just so when, you know, because there's gonna be a little buzz around the Galaxy. Yeah,
they're gonna milk the foam posit to death. We already know.
Yeah, so they're already dropping the coppers, the royals, some classic colorways. So I can see the pearl pinks, and then we got the pearls coming out.
The pearls. That's a definite must cop for me. I would definitely be copping the pearls.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't get that. It was the foam posit they dropped, I think maybe earlier this year or last year. They were like all white, kind of close to the pearl foam posits. I'm so glad because I was thinking about.
Were they a pro or were they a one? Did they have the Nike?
No. I'm trying to figure. I think they were a pro because they had the Nike. No, they didn't have the Nike swoosh. I don't think they did. They did.
Yeah, I only want the pros. The pro for the pearls. I only want the pros.
I mean,
I only want the pros. So what I wore today, I was teaching tennis all day, and then when we got done, we did our engagement photos, and I wore. So funny story, when we got engaged, I was wearing the Clark's Ronnie Fike 8th Street Samba, and now this year, which I waited 6 months for, I did the pre-order and the maybe even 8 or 9 months. And then for our engagement photos, which we did today, which is almost a year, the year anniversary of our engagement, I wore the Molecule Ronnie Fike 8th Street Gazelles. So this is what I wore today. Really, I mean, that crepe sole is disgusting. But I really, really like this shoe. The color is different than what we were promised 8 months before we copped the shoe, before they got delivered. But it is what it is. I am waiting for the BW trainer, which is like the German army trainer version, the Vitality. I do have that pre-ordered, so hopefully I don't croak before those show up, because we're still looking at, we got to get through the winter. We're probably looking at April, May, June, something like that when we're going to get them.
Or we might well just go ahead and finish it out and then just wear like them to the reception. Then all your shoes throughout your engagement will be pre-orders.
Well, so the other thing I can do, right? Because the wedding is in April, right? So if they come in later than that, then obviously, right? But like I pre-ordered the New Balance ALD 650s, right?
Is that the new color? Is that the new silhouette? Which one? There's a new silhouette. No, it's ASIC. I'm sorry. That's not New Balance.
The 650s were the high top 550s.
Yeah, 550. Yep.
Pre-ordered the 650s. This pre-ordering stuff is a racket. It's a scam. Yeah. But like,
how long ago did you pre-order
like it? Which ones?
The 650s.
650s. I pre-ordered. Well, it was I think it was about an 8-9 month turnaround, but it was during COVID. I think I got them during COVID. Actually, I pre-ordered them before COVID. No. Okay. I have them. Yeah.
I was saying, bro.
Yeah.
That's pre-order to a whole nother level. 4 years for a shoe is crazy. But.
Yeah. No. I have them already, so they're good to go.
I wonder what it would look like if Nike started doing that. Like you could pre-order
pre-orders.
Pre-order the next like Black Cement.
Didn't they do that with the Air Max? Air Max 1? No. The Air Max 1, like the one that Kai Cenat had.
Yeah, the Pixel one.
Yeah. Could you pre-order those?
Yeah, but I think they only do pre-orders for people that don't want them. So like, let's make sure we can sell them, and then we'll make them.
Yeah, it has been described as a interest-free loan for the company. We're funding an interest-free loan. So I'm telling you, man, there are people who pass away, bro. There are people who pass away waiting on that shoe. And then like they show up and it's like, oh, forgot he ordered these. Or I didn't even know he ordered these. Or
that's crazy.
That's just a thought I have.
Yeah, it makes me not ever want to pre-order a shoe. So
it's crazy,
Thanks for that, buddy.
Well, look, if you're the one who passes away, you're not going to miss the shoe.
Yeah, but still, it's just like... I told you I had this whole issue with like accepting death, not really being scared of death. So like me pre-ordering shoes kind of like, what if I'm not here? So it's kind of like me accepting that death is, a thing.
Bro, it's coming.
I know.
Look, hey, you might never hit the lottery. You might never
but the special thing about it is I never know when it comes. It'll be too late by then.
That's true. It'd be
too late by then, so I just go my whole life thinking about
like how many more times like am I gonna, I don't know, like how many more times am I going to like get my haircut before I croak, right? Like, is it single digits? Is it double digits? What is it? You know what I'm saying?
Are you going through a midlife crisis or something?
No, not at all. It's just there's just little things that we think about, man.
I tell you, I don't.
You don't think about that?
I don't think death in that level. I'm more of like, am I gonna be alive when my daughter does this, or stuff like that. But like the haircut thing, I'm just like,
bro, that's what I was thinking.
How many pairs of shoes? What is gonna be the last pair of shoes I ever buy?
I never even think about it like that. I'm always like, how many more times am I gonna cut my toenails before I croak? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Shoes, apparently,
60s, 50s,
shoes 70s? Is not a big enough hobby for you. I think you need another hobby because you should be thinking about stuff like that. That's crazy.
Hey, look, man, it's just
the last thing you want to do is play in your mind. That's the last thing you want to do. That's a dangerous thing.
Why?
Sitting there thinking. Because you'll create problems that don't exist. You'll create scenarios and situations that don't exist. You'll create problems and insecurities that you never thought you had or forgot you had. So it's best to stay out of your mind. Control your mind, but stay out of it. I know. I know.
So we had an idea today, right? We had an idea because I mean we're talking about a lot of the same things, and we're asking our guests a lot of the same questions, and it's getting a little heavy, right? Like this is supposed to be a fun podcast where we're talking about freaking sneakers, bro. We're talking about sneakers. So we came up with the idea that we're gonna bring it back to the roots. We're gonna have some fun, and we each picked out 5 sneakers to tell a story. So we're just gonna be going back and forth, and I'm gonna be real with you, man. I think that we should do this more. I think we should do these more fun, right? Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm kind of over negativity. I'm tired of being negative myself.
Okay. Awakening, revolution.
Well, yeah, right. Like, and I think part of it comes from like it is these dark, like it's getting dark at 5:30 p.m. now, right? Like, that sucks. That is a sucky lifestyle in Indiana. It's like we're as east as the Eastern time zone gets, so like it gets dark early, like super early for us,
and then it's cold.
And it's cold, yeah. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have some more fun on this podcast. And if things happen negative on TikTok or on Twitter, I'm going to implore that we don't cover it. How's that sound? Is that fair?
I'm with you. I say we don't give it the spotlight, but conversations need to be had.
Okay.
I think that is important, but to dwell on it, no.
All right.
But conversation, when we feel there's a conversation that need to be had, we should have that conversation. But overall, yeah.
I almost had a snarky remark, but let's get into it. Well, we've got some sneakers that I've got them like right here to the side of me. I'm sure you have your sneakers. Do you want to go first or you want to go second?
Yeah, I want to go first. While I was picking out my 5, the reason I named this episode "The Good Old Days," and because as I looked into my 5 that I was going to do, I thought about the stories, and I thought about like each era of sneakers and sneaker collecting I was in while I was picking my shoe, and it just kind of, I got that nostalgic feeling. Anyway, my first pair is my Adidas Samoa.
I know the picture. I remember the picture. I've seen that picture.
Yeah. So I really felt like I was in my bag when I got these. I don't know why. I don't know what it is. But I had a matching jacket to go with these. And if you know, this color right here is going crazy.
So let's describe them for the people who are listening on Spotify or Apple Music. It is a black. It's an Adidas Samoa, black and white.
White stripes.
Black, with white stripes, and then lime green laces with the lime green tongue tag.
No. You gotta call them the Volt. That's what the color was.
Is it Volt? Volt? Adidas allowed to use the word Volt?
What? No. They wouldn't. This is, they was doing the whole hit off each other.
Yeah.
But that's why I got them, because I seen the Volt 95s they had released that year, and the Volt colorway was just going crazy at the time. Everybody had Volt on.
2012, 2013, bro. Like
everybody was walking around looking like they worked for the city,
bro. With the bro, like I very distinctly remember, like, it's not an Adidas fit because you're showing Adidas right now, but like Nike shorts, right? Like the elite Nike shorts, elite
with the
Nike
elite
socks, and then a black Nike tee with like the Volt lettering on it, bro. Like. That fit went crazy.
I'm gonna put it in the video. Remind me that I had like it was a Nike shirt. It was white and it was gray, and the letters were in Volt. Because I had like these. There wasn't the 95s. My girlfriend at the time, I wanted the Air Max 95 Volt, and she went and got these Air Max. I don't know, Air Max 95. Ultra. It was something, but like they were crazy looking.
Yeah.
But yeah. So story on these. So I'm pretty sure I've told the story. So this is the pair I caught my first charge in, and made me realize that, you know what, dope boy flex is not what I want to do. So I was with some friends. We were doing some things. The police pull up. and the police lights was crazy bright. Anybody that's ever been pulled over or like, you know, have police come on them, the lights are crazy bright.
My bad. Go ahead.
Yeah, I know. I thought about that. Charlemagne when he was like, and they come 4 or 5 times, and then I tell him, "You want to come? You gotta go." He's like, "Yo, God." but but yeah. So they pull up, and I had these on. I had a pair of Levi's on. I had the Levi's. It wasn't 511s. It was the real skinny ones. The skinny jeans were in. I had the zippers on. I had on a American Eagle polo with the Volt American Eagle logo with my Nike, not my Nike, my Adidas zipper. So anyway, they start patting me down, and like they're just throwing my stuff all over throwing my shoes on the ground because they're like patting down my socks and stuff like that. And I end up being in the back of a police car, which is a terrible, terrible feeling, bro. Like it's just like your world is, because it's like sound, it's like noise canceling. The car is. Yeah. So it's just like you can't hear nothing. It just feels like it's, how it feels when you put headphones on that are noise canceling. It kind of just like. That's how I felt. And then I had my arms behind my bag and you can't move. Terrible, terrible experience. But that's the story about these. But I actually had some good fits, some good times in these. But yeah, this was a turning point for me in my life and in my collecting career, because this was my last pair of Adidas for a long time. I don't even think what next Adidas that I got. But yeah,
did you stop buying Adidas because of that moment? Or did you just like change?
Nah, I think it's one of those things that's kind of like you do without knowing. Mm-hmm. Like the Samoa stopped being appealing to me, and I didn't really, put 2 and 2 together till later on in life. But I just stopped. I had, this was my last pair. This is definitely my last pair of Samoas. I never bought another pair after that. But yeah. Pair one. Oh, we should do a versus. My 5 against your 5.
We should, and I think we discussed doing stuff like that, right? Yeah. Where it's like even outside of the pod, we do like little sneaker battles. Yep. And then we let people vote. I like that idea. So that's a good pair. I've got a pair that I guarantee maybe not none of our listeners have, but maybe just one of our listeners has. I have a friend of mine from the military. He's creating his own footwear, and he has been trying to do this ever since I've known him. We met back in 2012. His name is, he goes by Jonathan DeLynn or Dead Stocks VA. He used to do like sneaker conventions, and he had a blog that I wrote for a little bit, and I sucked at it. I was so bad. Yeah, I spent 2 days as a sneaker blog writer, did it for free and got fired.
It's not working out, bro.
I was not, couldn't do it. It wasn't great. But he's an Air Force, so he is a high ranking in the Air Force, and he came out with this boot. It's a sneaker boot called the Commuter, and he sent it to me, and I had forgotten about him, and then he messaged me on Instagram and said, "Yo, your pair is coming in, and it is from JDL. It's called the Commuter. It is a field. I mean, it is a field. It looks like an army boot, high top, but it is lightweight like a sneaker. Like the midsole reminds me of a New Balance. There is suede and mesh, and it is really high quality. So I feel blessed that he sent me a pair. It's got his logo up here on the tongue. I feel blessed to know cool people who make things and send them to me, because they respect my opinion and they respect our opinion. So shout out to John Butler for sending these to me. This is the Commuter. Now, this guy, he also did an episode with My First Kicks.
Really?
Yeah. So Jonathan DeLynn, if you check that out, he did an episode with Haas. So
I'm pretty sure I heard it because, like I said,
he is a guy who name dropped me and said he's the one who sold me the Gammas for $350.
No, I gotta go back. You gotta send me a link to that.
I'll do that. But it's the same guy. I guess we're even now. Because he sold me his Gammas for $350 back in 2013.
So you got the Gammas?
I had the Gammas. I don't have them anymore.
You gave them to your nephew, right? I think you removed. Yeah.
No. That's the Legend Blues.
Oh, okay.
The Gammas were probably one of the sneakers I ended up either selling or trading to get the Yeezy Zebras, which is a completely different story. Definitely didn't get $350 for them. Yeah, that's true. I'm cool on them though.
I think I might grab me a second pair. Yeah, why not? But no, that's dope. Is there already has there already been like a release, or is this still just kind of like the rollout?
I think there has been a release.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll put a link to it in the show notes.
Absolutely.
And on the YouTube.
Kicks Music Art is he's doing a series on designing footwear. He's designing his own shoe.
I saw that.
Yeah, y'all guys go check that out too. Shout out to my guy Kicks Music Art. But yeah, no, it's dope to see that. I've actually been looking into that myself, but it's just a lot of. Well, I ain't gonna say it's a lot of it, but I like to prep like before I even get started. So I do a year of research and mock-ups and ins and outs and what could happen, what would happen, what's not gonna happen, and then I get started.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's dope. So,
yeah. All right, pair number 2.
Y'all knew it was coming. The Taxi 12. They are releasing again in 2025. You know what was so funny about the Texas 12s for me? I know the whole time from the beginning of the year to the December release, I was always trying to figure out why are they calling this black and white shoe Taxi 12s. And I seen the pictures, I seen the official pictures, and I seen that at the bottom, but I was just like, that's it? That's the only reason why they're calling it Taxi 12s? I was thinking like there was this, crazy story where Jordan had a game and he scored 55 points because he picked this certain taxi, and here comes the Taxi 12s. But no, literally it's just because of the bottom, and that's it. Taxi 12s.
Did taxis used to be black and white? That's gonna sound stupid. The taxi's always been yellow.
Again, like all I know is this is why they call it Taxi 12. This reminds you of like a taxi.
So you're pointing at the carbon fiber shank on the bottom of the
at the bottom.
Yeah.
But yep, this is my first and my last camp out. Moving forward, when I would camp out for shoes, I would pay for somebody to camp out for shoes. So in a way, I was always paying resale because I would give them like an extra, depending on how hyped the shoe was. If the line was long, then I give them like an extra. Okay, let me give you $50 on top of that.
Right.
But if it was like a shoe that I'm like, yeah, I give you 30, whatever. So I camped out in these, and I always give like the story of me camping out, but I never tell the story of, like beforehand. So I had got fired from my job, and this was my last check.
Oh no!
Yeah, this was my last.
What was your job?
I was working at Bojangles making biscuits.
Bojangles, bro. So you was the reason they were so dry,
bro. No, that's Popeyes. So,
bro, I haven't been to a Bojangles in a minute, bro. But go ahead.
Do you have a Bojangles out there?
No, in Virginia. We had them in Virginia.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, I know it's not.
Yeah, we had Bojangles in Virginia. Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's just a whole childhood thing when you realize that just because you got it doesn't mean everyone else got it.
Yeah, exactly.
So when I tell somebody about Bojangles, they're like, "What is Bojangles?" I'm like, "You don't know what Bojangles is?"
Yeah.
And then just come find out they don't have Bojangles in their state. But so at the time, I believe these were 160, 170 around there. Because I remember I used my whole check. I think my check was like $181. And I used my whole check down to the penny, bro, for my Taxi 12s, and I was starting a new job, so I wasn't worried about it. But this is where I learned that you got to put a week in the hole. So you got to work 2 weeks before you get a check.
Yeah. Some people forget about that when they switch jobs.
Yeah,
they used to get okay.
I was definitely one of those because I'm like, oh yeah, I have a check by then, and then I realized, okay,
nah, you be getting paid in a month. You getting paid in a month.
So I was literally broke for like a month, like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you, I was okay because I had my Taxi 12s. It was a long, hard fought battle. But
you eat peanut butter sandwiches and bananas, bro. That's what I usually eat, bro. That's what I usually eat. Peanut butter sandwiches and bananas whenever you get a little irresponsible in your 20s.
You ever had bananas and mayonnaise?
Nah.
Maybe that's a southern thing. It's a banana sandwich.
That sounds terrible.
Or maybe it's a poor thing. I don't know. But nah, my Taxi 12s, I love my Taxi 12s. And again, it reminds me of like a moment in sneakers when I was collecting. I feel like this was my 2012, 2013 was really my year. Like, I'm really like, this is really what I want to do. I really want to start collecting sneakers.
Mm-hmm.
And this was like that pair that was kind of like everybody was, talking about, buzzing about. Like, if I get this pair, it's going to make people like, okay, wait a minute. He really doing this for real. So I got this pair and I experienced my first ever, what size you got? What size you? Yeah. And like the stares and the looks, and I'm like, I'm trying to look at that film like, 12. Damn, man, I thought it was a 9. They showed us. Not you, buddy.
So, wasn't there a story about you fighting an old lady for those?
So the story about the lady was, so I don't wait in line, and like I said, I was pretty much ready for whatever. So I finally get in there. We had to wait outside. Then we had to run into the mall, to the back of the mall, because that's where at that time it was called Sports Edition. That was before Hibbett Sports bought out Sports Edition. Anyway, had to run our way there just to get to the little pull-up gate, and they were letting people go in one by one. And people were literally like sneaking in there, and obviously the employees, they were young, and they weren't trying to like smash the gate on anyone. So like, I go in there and I see her like slide in there beside me, but I'm like, it's a woman, so I'm like, I know she's not going for my size. I'm looking at her feet, I'm like, yeah, nah, she's not going for my size.
Right.
But guess what? She was going for her son's size. And we like both come up to the table, and literally I was thinking like she's gonna get 11 or 12 or something. Like, so I wasn't trying to like beat her to it. So we get up there and I'm like, I want a size. They didn't have a size 9.5, so I had to get size 10. And she was like, I was here first. And I'm like, how you just kind of like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
And like, she just kept going. And I'm like, damn, bro. Like, I really don't want to do this, because might have to push her out the way just to find out I got to fight her son and her family out there. Like, I don't got nobody with me. But you know what? If that means I get my Taxi 12s, so I was willing to be broke, I was jobless, and I was willing to take a beating for these Taxi 12s. So luckily, though, there was a manager there, and he did see me. He was like, nah, he was here first, and because he had seen me. This is when camping out was camping out, and like we'd be there days at a time. Like, dude clocked out seeing me. So when he got back in, he's like, nah, bro, been here since yesterday, and then he seen me go in through the gate. So like I said, I finally got my size, and it's kind of crazy to think about it now, because it's just the way things are sitting now and the way things were sitting back in 2016. It's kind of hard to believe that 1 minute later things were kind of like sold out. The era of the Black Cement Retro 3 is now available, and then the next minute the Black Cement Retro 3 is now sold out. So just to think of how fast stuff, and just to know inventory and stock numbers now, it's just like, I wonder if they made more stock, if they make more stock now than they did a couple of years ago. You think so?
I think so. I think they do. I'm willing to bet that they definitely do. Now, I've got one quick story about the Taxi 12s, and then I'll get to my shoe. But I had them, but that was one of the shoes that I paid resale for back in 2013.
In 20? Oh, you bought it? Oh, how much you paid for them?
It wasn't much. If they were 170, I probably paid 180, 185, something like that.
Oh, who was your
well, military people who are getting them with the military discount. You know what I'm saying? So their profit margin was a little bit higher. Yeah. But I entered raffles. Like, I remember the days of going to the mall, like the week before, and putting your name in all the raffles in the store. And then you have your girl go in and put her name on all the raffles in the store. And I was actually surprised because I did a lot of legwork for those and I didn't get them. I mean, it was a close to Black Friday sneaker, I believe, right? Like, it was definitely in November when they released.
December. They
released it was a December sneaker?
Same month of the Gammas.
Okay.
They were 2 weeks before the Gammas.
Yeah, so people were trying to get Christmas gifts.
That was the Christmas shoe.
Yeah, so didn't get them from the raffles. I was mad about it, but ended up getting them afterwards anyway. All right, my shoe. This sneaker takes me back spring of, I'd say spring, summer 2020 was a great time. Now, for me, and I know a lot of people lost their jobs and stuff, and I was extremely fortunate because I was in school at the time, and with my GI Bill, I was getting paid to go to school. Those checks never stopped. And then I was also driving for Uber Eats. I had nowhere else to be. I still got paid for the tennis season that year. The girls' tennis season is in spring. I still got paid for that, even though we didn't have a season. I still feel bad for the girls, yeah. So the seniors of that team, some of my favorite players I've had, and they didn't get to have their senior season, which really sucked for them. But they're all graduating college now, so that makes me happy. But with this shoe, I saw how much it was going for on StockX, and I've done this with two shoes. I've done it with these, and I've done it with the Travis Scott One Lows, the Mochas. But I did Uber Eats until I had enough for the StockX asking price, which was $12.90, and then with all the fees, $14.36.64.
Was these the waist?
Whoa. Emelian Dor, New Balance 990 V2. Something about heritage.
Something about heritage.
Life in the Balance. Sorry, Life in the Balance. These came out in a time where how do I say this? I was getting everything I wanted off of Emelian Dor. I like to think I was the only person in Indianapolis wearing the brand back at that time. I was the only person that I saw who was wearing it. And so I felt like I was getting everything I wanted until the raffle for the 990 V2 happened and I wasn't able to hit. So what I did was I did Uber Eats all week, right? Until I had that 14 whatever saved up, and I spent it on that.
Yeah, they're
I did that twice. I also did that with the Travis Scotts.
You can get a pair 10.5 right now, $300 on StockX, but yeah.
Huh? Is that the highest bid?
Yeah.
Is that a bid or is that what's the ask?
Oh, that's the I'm sorry, that's the selling price. That's the selling price. So 10.5 right now is going for $13.40.
Yeah. And so
there's some 8.5 going for almost $3,000.
What's an 11 going for?
I don't think they have one in stock. No, I don't have one in stock. They only have an 11.
Man, when you said 300, my heart sank. I was like, cut it out. Cut that.
Crazy.
Yeah. So that means if the seller price is that, like, that is what the highest bid is.
Yeah.
So, well, it looks like, I mean, I paid 14. They're asking for 13, and then there will be fees and stuff. So,
but I think if you just hold on, well, you're obviously gonna hold on to them. But I definitely think with the whole running shoe trend and New Balance, and those are definitely gonna be one to reach back. Everybody like, whoa, when did those release? I love those.
Yeah, so, I think so too. And I think that is the most expensive sneaker in my collection. And
really,
any other time, if we weren't in a global pandemic at the time,
more than the Salmon Toes.
Yeah, I paid more.
Really?
I may pay more for those than the Salmon Toes.
Oh, I gotta see what I pay. I thought you were talking about like overall value, like current value, not how much you paid for them. That's the most you paid. Yeah,
that's the most I paid. That's the most I paid. What are the Salmon Toes going for right now?
I think they're the
2.0s, not the 1.0 with the gray midsole. The 1.0s are going for a lot more.
So, if I'm saying, don't you got the 1.0? I thought you had a 1.0.
This is 2.0.
You sure? Yeah,
I'm positive.
Sure. Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
They going for 1,000, 10.5.
Yeah, I paid less than that. For them. So,
man.
All right, that's my second shoe. What you got? What's your third?
Johnny Kilroy.
I got a story about those two.
I thought this was the coolest thing ever. The Kilroy kicks butt on the tongue, man.
Yeah.
And then you had it in here. Like, this was my first pair of 9s in my collection. Again, 2013, 2012 was really where I was like, you know what? This is what I want to do.
That was around holiday time too, right? Wasn't that about holiday time?
So now this is when things were kind of falling off. That pack didn't do well. I know a lot of people,
I think that was the only one that really made noise. The Motorboat Jones, the all red ones.
You had the Kevin Bailey, Slim Jenkins. There was a lot of them. But the pack overall, if you really looked hard enough, you could get them. And I got these. This was actually the display shoe.
Gotcha.
If you've been collecting it for a while, I'm pretty sure you got a display shoe somewhere in your collection. They didn't give me my discount. I didn't know that 2 years later that you're supposed to give. I think you're supposed to get like a 10% discount.
Yeah, because it's been looked at and touched and all that other stuff.
Yep. And color change and all that.
Yep, exactly.
So yeah, these are definitely one of my favorite pairs. And like I said, it was a turning point, another turning point within the sneaker era and sneaker collecting. So I really got into it after the hype kind of fell off. So this is going into 2015, 2016. Everything really starts to die off. And I was still kind of stuck in 2012, which I felt like was the last of the little highest peak within sneakers. Because after that, that's when Yeezy came. And, Jordans were kind of like, I get them when I can get them. And this pair was set in Sports Edition. And I was like, yeah, this is it. And I wore the hell out of these, bro.
I can't tell. I know we're looking at like through a camera, but I can't tell.
Bro, I wore these as much as I possibly can. When I had on green pants, I'm like, Kilroy's.
We gonna make it rock.
Blue pants, Kilroy's.
Make it rock.
Everything I could. Yeah. So this is one of those pairs. It's just like it means something just because, again, where I was at in life, and I had got my new job. So I was really no. This is before all this. This might have been the year I lost it.
Oh, no way.
This is 2012. So this is the year I lost it.
Yeah.
And then the following year I got the new job. But yeah, Kilroy Retro 9s. And I love the commercial. I love that commercial, man.
Yeah.
I love the Johnny Kilroy commercial. But
yeah. So I had a pair. Kinda had a pair. This was a point in time where I was trying to sell some sneakers off. And I wasn't trying to like make a big profit. I told my friend who's a sneaker reseller that I just wanted whatever he can get, right? Like,
Yep.
I didn't want to deal with it, whatever. And so that was a pair. And so I'm at work, I'm teaching tennis, and he's calling me. This is probably 2019, and he's calling me, and he's like calling me over and over and over again. So I call him back. I step off the court, call him back, and he goes, "Yo, are you sure these Johnny Kilroys are real?" And I was like, "Huh?" And he said, "Yeah, I'm gonna go get another opinion, man, but they're saying that these Kilroys aren't real. Like, are the rest of your shoes real?" I'm like, bro, like, I was hot, bro.
I was your
hot.
whole collection.
Yes,
the rest of your shoes real?
I know. So the Johnny Kilroys ended up being fake. I got for some Johnny Kilroys.
Where'd you get them from?
Somebody Facebook meetup. And what's crazy is I had a size 10, and I think I traded the size 10. I think I did a size swap for them, or I traded the 10 for another pair and then bought that pair or something like that, right? So yeah, I got
somebody walking around with a real pair of Johnny Kilroys because they gave you a fake pair.
Yeah, but this was back in what was that, 2014, 2013, something like that. So
man, fakes I got bad. Yeah. How was you like? How did you?
I wasn't paying attention. I trusted people.
They probably had Kilroy kick butt.
I was very naive. I was very like, I knew about fakes and I knew about how to legit check, but I was
that
also
wasn't
that wasn't a shoe. But I was like, bro, ain't nobody gonna fake a Kilroy 9. Like, nobody faking this shoe. Lo and behold, all right. My next shoe is one of the first Sauconys that I actually became obsessed with, like obsessed unhealthily with.
Like a pair I was going to bring out.
So much so that we're preparing, our tennis players are preparing for probably sectional. No, it had to be regionals. We're preparing for regionals. We're at Fishers High School in a north side suburb of Indianapolis, preparing, and we're warming up. And I'm on my phone entering the raffle on a few to get these Shadow Control 5000s.
Okay.
In the Gutta colorway.
I think you mentioned those on Jason episode.
I have, yeah. And so this is a pair that like I had to have. Like, I was like obsessed with this sneaker. Every video I could see on it, I was looking for it. And I think part of it was because I didn't have the salmon toes yet, and got a pink toe. It's gray, 2 different shades of gray. It's inspired by a building like the Goethe Museum in Germany. It's the exact same colors as the museum, and it was one of those sneakers where like you look at the reference and it's so spot on that you have to like appreciate the shoe, right? Like, I was like, oh my God, I have to have this. It's got his writing on the back. There are laces that come with it that have his writing on it. I chose the rope laces because that's how I ride. But incredible shoe. Definitely was not locked in to the warm up of our match that year trying to get these, but ended up getting them.
It's always a fun time when you got something to do, which like these drop now and they drop it now. You got like run to the restroom. Sitting there for like 30 minutes.
Bro, I was on the court, bro. Like, I had no time to run to the restroom. I was on court, like on my phone, and that's like, it was like, I was like, low key, I look like I'm not locked in right now. I know that, but this shoe is so fire. Would I do it today? No. No, I wouldn't do it today because like now I'm ingrained. Like, this is my full-time job now. But back then, yeah, I definitely did it.
That's cool. That's cool. Number 4. Number 4 is, again, nostalgic era of sneakers.
Yes, they are. I almost grabbed those.
These are the 2016 Shadow Air Jordan 1. And what's special about these is, again, I started really getting into the know of sneakers 2012, 2013. And for the young lads that are just coming along now, the Air Jordan 1 was not as accessible as it is now, simply because it didn't do well sales, at least for in our region. So you would really have to call around like and ask each Foot Locker, each Champs, each Finish Line, Jimmy Jazz, like, hey, did y'all get these? And most of the time, a lot of people didn't get the Air Jordan 1.
Yeah.
So when these dropped in Jimmy Jazz and I seen them, because the Shadow 1, the Chicago's, the Bread, and the Black Toes, those are all shoes that like the Air Jordan 1, regardless of era, it's always a go.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we had just either the Royals dropped later that year or dropped the year before. I can't remember.
I think the Royals dropped earlier. I think the Royals dropped.
Yeah.
That's a good question, actually.
I know it was.
I'm not sure. I think they had to have dropped earlier because I was locked in on those.
Yeah, and the Storm Blues came out around this time. So this was a turning point for me, because this is when I realized, okay, sneakers are changing. Like we're on the downtrend. We're on a downhill trend because the shadows were sitting. So I called up my homegirl. Shout out.
They were sitting?
Oh yeah, they were sitting. I bought like 3 pairs of these.
What?
This 2016. That's what I'm saying. Like, when I seen the shadow,
not in my area. Those sold out. That's 2016. That is 2016.
2017, maybe, because this production day is 2017. So this might have been. They might have released in 2018.
It might have been 2018.
Was there a shadow release?
Had to have been 2018. Had to have been 2018.
So 2016 is what I was thinking of when I seen these in 2018.
Had to have been 2018 because
the Royals didn't. The Royals was 2016.
That lines up with my story. Yeah, that lines up with my story.
Okay. So the Royals didn't release in 2018. They released in 2016.
Right.
So okay, makes sense. So I seen these, and this let me know, like, okay, wait a minute. There's something changing here. And this is my first time actually trying to like really resell something. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, so I bought 3 pairs of these, and I called my homegirl up, Brooke, because she's always trying. So I was like, oh, she's always on it. So I was like, I hit her up, I'm like, hey, yo, they got Shadow 1, send me some money and I'll buy you a pairs if you want some, blah, blah. So I bought 3 pairs of these just for them not to move. And I got to the point where I was selling these under resale. Like, I was like, bro just give me my money back,
What are they going for now on StockX?
The 2018 pair?
Yeah.
See, I know. I think about that a lot. I thought all the shoes that I returned, I think about it a lot. Like, if I would have saved all the shoes,
if I remember correctly, I think they dropped and then they like exploded.
Yeah, 2020. 2020, that,
okay,
yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I think at that time sneakers, they're going for like 300 right now. At that time,
even that's lower than I expected.
Yeah. But at the height of 2020, these were going crazy, and I can't really speak for every woman out there or every person that wears like a girl size, but I vividly remember the GS sizes was always left over. Like, I used to think, like, man, if I was
Dre the shoe guy, bro. If I was Dre the shoe guy.
I'm like, bro, 8, because that's crazy, because like 8.5s and the GS sizes are always left over. Always. And I thought about, like, how about I just buy a ton of GS sizes and just save them? Mm-hmm. I definitely should have did that, because there's so many shoes. That's actually my 5th shoe. But there was a lot of GS sizes, and but now it was a little different for the Air Jordan 1. The Air Jordan 1 and the GS size kind of always did what they were supposed to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, this 2018 was that was, again, the sneakers were dead. The same little thing they were saying now, sneakers are boring, was what they were saying in 2018, and then 2020 happened, and it was like, oh, their game is alive again. So I'm definitely waiting for this next one. I'm a veteran now, so I'm very smart with my decisions now. Paying attention to, those are nice. Those are going to be something when they grow up. And then I just like them overall. But it's nice to have that, like, oh yeah, I bought them when they were $60 and you're paying $1,200 for them. So
yeah, so
kind of makes me think
I'm gonna connect that sneaker to the Hawk Tua girl. All right, you ready for this? You ready?
I don't know. That's an insult to the Shadow 1.
But just watch. I'm going to connect that sneaker to the Hawk Tua girl. So,
let's hear it.
2018, right? I I hit up my boy Dustin Laney because he was tapped in with sneakerheads, and he was making some content for. There's this guy on Facebook named Amiri King. He made a lot of like right wing content and stuff like that. He had some funny stuff, but we went to high school together. And he was like, yo, I got this dude. He said that he'll hold you a pair. It'll just be $350, right? For an early pair.
That was steep for a retro one back then.
That was steep. But this was after the Breads and the 2016 Royals, right? So so I was like, all right, boom, I'm gonna do it. So I had to drive to the south side of Indianapolis to Greenwood Park Mall, and so I was like in a hurry. So we had tennis practice that day, right? And so or maybe it was like conditioning or something like that, and I had one player. Her name is Eleanor Hughes. I don't even know if she listens to this, but we keep in contact. Whose parents didn't pick her up yet, and so I'm sitting there waiting. I'm like, "Come on, man! Like, we gotta." You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, it was March. It had to in practice because it was March. It was March when those dropped, I think. And so I'm like, "All right, man, yeah, we gotta hurry up. Like, we gotta, you know what I'm saying? So I can get down there." So she finally gets picked up. I race down to the south side. I end up getting them. Now, fast forward, the TikTok account that shared that first that viral Talk Tua TikTok, right? Was owned by Dustin. Like, Dustin was the one who posted that picture or posted that video, right? That crazy. Got the 5 million likes or whatever. So like,
he's the one that's like, she should. So he's not the one. No, he's not the one who interviewed her. But he's
the one who shared the tick. No, he shared the TikTok because he took somebody else's content. Like, it had no that video had no motion.
Yeah.
He shared it on his TikTok and it blew up. He found it, he shared it on his TikTok, and it blew up.
So his is the one that went viral.
Yes, his is the one that went viral. So
Justin's the reason why she stole $50 million.
Bro, that is a crazy story, bro. That is a crazy story. She should have just been famous, bro. But that is what it is. All right, but that's I wanted to text him and be like, "Yo, you lost people a lot of money," but because the creators of the people who interviewed her are like, "Yo, we never got like any thank you or we got no money." And Dustin's like, "Bro." They're actually talking about him too, because they're like, he didn't even like use our name or anything, but he did. And anyway, I'll send it all to you.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So shout out Brownsburg, Indiana. We got we're
Is that
famous.
Where she's from?
That's where he's from. That's where Dustin's from. She's from Tennessee.
Oh,
bro. Okay. I don't know how he found that video. He just found it and just shared it. Like, you know what I mean? He just shared funny videos. Yeah.
My man, no, he got taste and not women, but no, okay, whatever.
That was a bang. Hey, look, it was a banger when it first dropped, bro. Now it's played out. But anyway,
that did not age. That did not age well.
It did not. My next shoe is also a COVID era sneaker from your COVID era pickup. Now, if you remember correctly, you go back to about 10 minutes ago, I was letting everybody know that COVID was very lucrative for me. I was getting a lot of checks from a lot of places, including the Stimmy. So while people were using the Stimmy for groceries and
fraud.
And fraud, right? No, that's a PPP loan. The Stimmy was different. While people were using their Stimmy,
a lot of people were using that money to like do the MoneyGram fraud.
Oh, gotcha.
Taking that $1,200 and flipping and making it.
Gotcha. Okay. So when I got my Stimmy, and I was like, I was Googling it all the time, bro. When am I going to get my Stimmy?
Right. Where is mystimmy.gov?
Yes. So I tried to talk my fiance into getting a pair of Gucci sneakers with me. Here, let me unbox them real quick. So I got Gucci sneakers with the Stimmy. While the economy was crashing,
bro.
And
That
people,
is in the egg in that is full circle for that whole. That was an example for the Stimmy check. That would be it.
yes,
I bought Gucci shoes with my stimulus check. Yeah.
the economy was crashing. So tennis, right, was the safest sport, right? Like people were looking to get back outside. Tennis was supposed to be the safest sport. So I was getting paid to teach tennis still, right?
Front
we had to
line
be
work.
masked. Yeah, right. But we had to be masked and all this other stuff. And but like we were able to teach tennis, so we were able to go back to work earlier. On top of that, the Uber Eatsing and the school checks, the GI Bill, the Stimmy turned into a pair of Gucci Aces that I wore one time. I wore them one time to my college graduation. which I almost didn't even go to because I was really having a real anxiety attack about it. I almost did not go to my college graduation. I almost sat in the parking lot to make my fiance and my family think that I went. But I ended up going with my Gucci sneakers that I got from the Stimmy.
And it's like the most generic pair, like the most generic Gucci pair you could find.
That's what I wanted. Yeah, that's what I wanted.
And did you spend the whole check on them?
No. How much were these? 400 maybe?
Okay.
400?
We should have 800 left. Okay.
Yeah.
That's justified. I
probably spent the other 800 on
more
garbage
shoes.
too.
Yeah, but yeah.
But yeah, that's look, I'm telling everybody now, I don't recommend a lot of these decisions. I just want everybody to know that I've grown up and I'm extremely lucky, and I just had a lot of things shaking at the time.
Yeah, I mean, when you're buying and collecting sneakers, most of it is a risk. It's kind of like
How many times you bought a sneaker and before you hit like checkout or whatever you go, or how many times like before you swipe your card, it's just
bro, especially those heavy months where you're about like you're in your fifth pair, you're like,
yeah,
bro,
damn.
That's just recently I hit on the dunk Oregon PE, the dunks, the all black pair.
Yeah,
I'm like, I ain't gonna hit. Check out, you got them, $364. I was like, so I'm waiting for
the deepest of size.
Yeah, that may be the first pair like I really like. I'm doing a review on them and might get rid of them.
Yeah,
it's all black pair. Like it's just
I haven't had that feeling in a very long time, but probably since I got on the antidepressants. But yeah, that was I felt no remorse after buying those. Me and Caitlin were supposed to get them together, and she decided to be a grown up.
What, the Gucci ones?
Yeah, she was supposed to spend her Stimmy on it too, but she was like, nah.
Bro, spending your stimulus check on designer shoes is crazy.
Here's the thing, bro. Like, I am a role model for children now, bro. Like, I'm a role model for children.
Bro, like,
I don't recommend it. If we ever go through a global pandemic again, I just had a lot of things shaking at the time. I was able to teach tennis. I was able to do the Uber Eats. I was getting my my school check, right? Like a lot of things were shaking. So
that should be right there. Whenever somebody asks you about 2020, that should be your sentence. I spent my stimulus check on designer shoes. That's all I gotta say.
That's the name of the episode. That's gotta be the name of the episode. Bro, I spent my Stimmy on Gucci's.
that is crazy. But my fifth and final pair, the first pair I ever paid resale on, releasing in 2025. I did a story. I posted a story when I heard the news of these, and I was like, so pretty much I'm getting a second chance on everything that I already got. And
I remember that.
he replied and he was like, "Now you're finally in your I've been doing this shit for a while era."
Yeah,
because it's just like black cements. I already had them. White cements. I already got them. Everything. It's pretty much everything released in 2025.
mm-hmm.
I have it. Black Toe 14s. I got those. We had the Laneys that released earlier this year. It was a high top rather than low top from 2015, but still, I had them.
2015 was a high.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. No.
Oh, okay. Or 2014, 2013. When was it? 2013.
There's only been one Laney release, but the original, and then the 2015 pair, and then the 20.
That was a high.
No, it was a low. The
Bro,
latest
I had
one,
them.
I got them. Like I show you right now. It says Air
They're
Jordan
low.
14 retro. Yes, they're Air Jordan 14 low.
Oh, I'm thinking the fives, bro. I'm thinking the fives.
Oh yeah,
my bad. I'm thinking the fives. My bad.
Yeah, I forgot you. You know, you're a little shaky when it comes to the Jordans. But I don't know if I. Oh yeah, it bring back some memories. Take off before flight. These are the Flight Club.
Flight Club.
Yeah.
You have the shoe inserts.
Yeah.
Bro, pull them out, bro. You kids don't know about those, bro. Y'all don't know about them.
Y'all don't even know about it.
Y'all don't know about that, bro.
But yeah, man, you don't know how great something is until it's gone.
Yeah, exactly. That holiday 11 release, bro.
It's so saturated now. I wish they would have kept it to one. Now they're dropping 2 or 3.
Nothing 11. Special. Yeah, nothing special anymore.
I mean, what was so special about the Air Jordan 11 holiday release was it more than likely it was either the only one or like one of 2. So
yeah, I remember I was mad. I was mad when they did the packs. They did the pack for it was a 29, I think, was also in the pack. The Pantone joints.
Yeah.
Then I was mad about the Win Like 82, Win Like 96. I'm mad about those. I was like, y'all changing up the formula and I don't like it. And then they started releasing 11s in the middle of the year. And I was like, bro, what is going on?
Yeah. It was, the retro 11 meant something a couple years ago. I mean, it was just like, the holiday, you were just waiting, like, you knew there was going to be 11 and you just didn't know what it was going to be. And then we got Legend Blues releasing again this year. Again, I already have that. Probably still going to grab that pair.
I might grab them.
I still got to get the Gratitudes and the Cherries. I missed out on those 2. Those 2 I missed out on. I pretty much got every retro 11 and retro 11 low favorite Jordan silhouettes. But yeah, man. And again, this was these dropped the same year of the Taxis, and I had to pick between the Taxis or the Gammas. And I don't care. Y'all wasn't there. People hate it. I mean, people were disgusted when Jordan dropped this, because this was the first holiday release we had that was not an OG. It was not like, well, I'm not gonna say it because the Cool Grays are not an OG.
Yeah, I get what you mean though.
But yeah, this was an original colorway,
one that Jordan never wore. It's a pair that Jordan never wore.
It was just like, what are y'all doing? And then what really threw people off was that 23 on the back, that gold 23 and the gold hinge here. Everybody was like, what are you doing? And then the mock-ups were even more terrible than
what about the 12s? Now. What about the 12s that came out with them? That came out at the same time.
The Gamma Blue 12s actually did better than the Gamma Blue 11s. Like
they were terrible. I thought they looked worse. Yeah.
But I'd still need a pair. But so everybody hated this shoe when it released. Everybody talked so much junk, like, bro, what are y'all doing? This is terrible. Then it released, and I could have got a pair. And this was the same year retro 11s went up to 185. So I was like,
yes, they did.
12s for 170 or the Gamma that nobody likes for 185 Taxis. So I went with the Taxis. But then I seen a GS size, because like I said, there was a time where you could go in the mall and get any GS, whatever you want to get. And I seen this pair and I seen it on foot and I was like, oh, wow, I need those. So a couple of years later, maybe 4 years later, I paid $500. No,
hold on, what year? What year?
No, it wasn't 3 or 4 years later. It was maybe 2 years.
2015. So 2015?
Yeah, had to be 2015. I give 2015. Yeah. So yeah, I paid $500 for these.
Dang.
This is before. I don't think. What was GOAT before it was GOAT? Wasn't GOAT something else before it was GOAT?
I'd only heard of GOAT as GOAT.
Do you remember what was the one that got in trouble for selling all those fake shoes? Kixify?
Kixify is one.
I remember that was one of the earlier reseller sites. It might have been StockX or rebranded. But I remember it was a whole they got shut down. The whole thing got shut down because they were selling counterfeit products. And that's why I did not want to buy resale. That was one of the reasons why I was just I never buy resale. But Flight
Club was our only choice back then.
Yeah,
Flight Club was our only choice,
and they knew it.
Yeah, they priced it like it was.
Yeah, well, we know whenever you search sneakers for resale, Flight Club is going to pop up.
Yeah,
and seen those for 500. And this might have been. Was this when they introduced? I think this might have been when they introduced the. No, was this when they introduced the payments, the monthly payments?
I'm not sure.
I don't know
anything about that.
That was crazy too. That was crazy when they introduced the monthly payments on the monthly installments on a high price shoe. That's crazy.
That is crazy.
But definitely used it. Definitely multiple times. But yeah, first shoe resale. Got my blue 11s. Probably
all right.
Another pair in 2025.
I'll get the Legend Blues because my nephew gave them to my nephew.
I remember telling that story.
I know. It's okay though. I love my family. All right. My last pair. So y'all said I don't rock Jordans.
Oh, okay. The thumbprint. This is vintage.
Yes. Well, is it vintage yet? This was one of my camp outs. And my longest camp out.
Your longest.
Definitely my longest camp out. I probably camped out for about
Olympic
12 hours. Olympic 7s.
Okay. Definitely 2012. That's vintage.
2012, yes. No, I think 20 years is vintage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 20 years is vintage. We still got some time.
Yeah, it's crumbling.
Are they? No, it's not even crumbling.
No. You know, everybody, the whole saying, if you don't wear your shoes 10 years, they ain't gonna crumble.
The only wear is on the back here, starting to get this little gray. Is it?
Look,
no, it's still.
I truly feel like it depends on how you store your sneakers. If you store your sneakers in a very humid place, you're not keeping your shoes cold. They're sweating. You got a bunch of lights storing, display on them without the boxes. Mm-hmm. That will cause your shoe to crumble. I got shoes that are 15, 16 years old that I can do backflips in. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So longest camp out of my life, it was probably a 12-hour camp out. And it was Patrick Henry Mall in Newport News, Virginia. The spot that I was staying at, my roommates, were so loud. And at that time I was extremely irritable, partially because I was unmedicated and didn't realize that I had a lot of issues going on. But I was like, well, I was going to go camp out for these later on anyway. Let me just go now. And so I wasn't even at the front of the line, and I got there at probably 9 p.m. I got to the mall at about 8:30, 9 p.m. Mm-hmm. They didn't open until 8 o'clock in the morning. In that time, I remember a girl in a Darion jacket in July who, she was being a pick-me, and then she started saying that somebody took her money, right? I think she didn't have any money, but a sibling or something came, threatened to shoot up the whole line if she didn't get her money. Nobody got shot. And then the kids, so I was with some kids, I was chopping it up with them, and they were like, yo, we'll take turns chilling in chilling, right? In the whip, right? So they were like, yo, hang out in the whip with you right? And then we'll just let you have your spot back. And then we did that for a little while.
You let strangers sit in your car? That's crazy.
I did, bro. It was 2012. I was 20 years old. But they ended up leaving their backpack in my car. And their backpack had a new Chicago Bulls snapback. It has some new jeans, or not some new jeans. They had some cargo shorts, some camo cargo shorts, and a Nike backpack. And I was like, yes, you can leave them in my car. I get with y'all after the release. Well, as you remember, the releases, you talked about it earlier. You got to run through the mall after they let you in. You got to run through the mall to the store. I got my size. The person behind me did not get their size. And I was like, oh my God. Like, I would hate to be that person because they were obviously camping out as long as I was. And so I was so happy. I was tired that I drove off, forgot to give them back their stuff. And I still have the short. I probably still have all of it. From the backpack and all that other stuff. So, longest camp out ever. Was it worth it? Well, when I was 20, yes.
We haven't seen the Olympics since then. Like, I don't know what Nike's doing, but we need the Olympics. I mean, y'all released everything except the Olympic sevens. Y'all gave us the alternates, which I got. Yeah, that was whack. I need the Olympic sevens.
They're still in really, really good condition for being. What year is it? It's 2024. So being 12 years old.
12 years later?
Yeah, still in great condition. I'm looking. I mean, there is some signs of like age, right? Like, but there's like these are still 100% wearable.
Yeah. The only reason why I haven't got a 2012 pair is because I know we're due for a pair. We're due for a re-release, so I'm just waiting. I know they're coming soon.
Man, they should have done them this year. It's foolish that they didn't do it this year for the Olympics.
I mean,
it's ridiculous.
And the way they're going with, releasing all the salt out the vault, like, how do you go in the vault and not bring out the Olympic sevens?
Yeah.
We better not get the Bordeaux before we get the Olympics. I'm gonna be pissed.
Yeah, because that'd be two Bordeaux releases? No.
Yeah.
Because the Bordeaux released in 2011. And then
they got
the Olympics,
2016.
Then they got another one in 2015, 2016.
A lot of people thought the Olympics were going to release again that year too.
I thought the Olympics would have released in, I would have guessed 2024, right? This year. 2028 is the next Olympics, but that really doesn't make any sense. Or 2032, right? 2032 would be the
20-year anniversary.
20-year anniversary of that last one, which was the 30-year anniversary. No, 20-year anniversary. So a 40-year anniversary of the Olympic 7, of the Jordan 7. Right? What will sneakers even look like? And they're not even planning for 20.
I'm telling you, like we're gonna get like 2026 or something. Like we're some weird odd year. Like we might get next year. But like holiday release, you're going to miss this one.
Yeah, because they're not thinking anymore. Because it used to be.
It might be the Black Friday stuff. It might be the Black Friday.
That would be so stupid.
It might be. I can see
for no reason. That's so lazy. That would just be so lazy.
We don't have a Black Friday release for 2024 yet.
Oh, we don't.
I don't think it's the white cement. I don't think it's the white
2025.
Cement.
You mean?
2025. I'm sorry. Yeah, 2025. Yeah. I think they release in May. Yeah, so we don't have a black. Yeah, definitely. Here, I'm saying it here first. Olympic Sevens Black Friday 2025.
Okay, that's a prediction because it makes so little sense that it makes sense.
Yep.
Because they used to do something real slick. They would do the 23-year anniversary would be like they're gonna release all of that sneaker, right? Like the 23-year anniversary of the Jordan 7, right? Jordan 7 came out in
what they used to
92.
do with the year. You remember when they used to do like the year of? Like we would get so many releases of the Retro 9, the year of the Retro 9, the year of the Retro 5, the year of the Retro 7.
Yeah.
Because that was the year we got the Bordeaux. We got the Bordeaux, we got the alternates, because we got the French blues, we got the hairs. So everybody was like, it only makes sense. Olympics, we're getting the Olympics. Nope.
Yeah.
Y'all alternate. Tinker.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that would have been 2015. 2015 would have been that.
Yeah,
would have been the 23-year anniversary.
That was the remaster.
We got the Martians.
Martians, the Barcelona,
the Bordeaux again. We got the Bordeaux again. That was 2015.
Yeah. I'm saying, yeah, with the hairs, we got sweaters. I was locked in 2015, so I got pretty much anything that dropped with Jordan wise that dropped in 2015.
Yeah.
And I like the Retro 7 silhouette, so I
grabbed
pretty much every retro except the Barcelona day. I got the Barcelona Nights. And I definitely did the Martian the Marvins. Yeah.
They kept doing the Marvin the Martian, like that colorway. They did that a lot. Like the KDs, the Bad Apple KDs. They kind of overdid that colorway.
Well, wasn't that the same year of the Space Jams 11? That was kind of like the whole anniversary, like remaster.
2016 was the Space Jam 11s. I think the 2015 pair was the.
But wasn't that the anniversary?
72 and 10s. Say it again.
Well, like what? Because there was a whole thing behind. Because we got the hairs that year. Then they started doing the Marvin and Martians. There was a whole Looney Tune anniversary.
So check this out. So part of that is because the Looney Tunes. So Bugs Bunny and Marvin the Martian were in the advertisements. No. Well, they were in the advertisements in 92 with the 7s, right? They were in the advertisements. Space Jam didn't come out, I think, until 96.
Yeah, November 15, 96.
Okay, so 96. So think about it. 2016, right? Is the 20-year anniversary of Space Jam. So that's why they would have done 2016. 2015 11 was the 72 and 10s with the milky bottom.
I'm trying to figure out when the Marvin and Martians came out and why they at $700.
The 7s? Would have been summer 2015.
Okay, so this was so the 2015 was the 23 anniversary of the Jordan 7, and that's they also revived their partnership with Warner Brothers. So that was the whole thing. I knew there was a whole thing. There was a whole new rollout with the Looney Tunes, and Buzz Bunny, and so that's why we got the Marvin and Martians. That's why we got the hairs again. But it was also after Bunny received the 1992. That was a 1992 Marvin and Martian. Oh, what they would have got. So this was supposed to happen. This was supposed to happen in 1992.
92 was they were doing the ads. Like Bugs Bunny was in the ad for the 7s. Marvin the Martian was in the ad for the 7s in 92. And then 96, they got the movie. But so check this out. I've got like 10% left on my phone. So let's go ahead and get into our showcase sneakers. We've got more sneakers to show. You going first? Oh, yeah, I know what those are.
Far out. I think this is going to be one of those pairs that you're going to reach back and be like, whoa, those exist.
Crazy pair. Yeah.
So, I mean, the packaging is crazy. You got all these goodies that come along with it. Stickers, poncho, more stickers, car incense I still haven't used. We still debating on if this is a coaster or you can actually play this. Who knows?
It's a lot of crap. They gave us a lot of crap in that. Like it's hard to put the shoe back in. Much crap in there.
Then you got this
bandana.
Yeah. So anyway, you got your Paisley print throughout. So if y'all didn't know, this was inspired by the music festival of what year was it? 1969. Yeah.
Woodstock.
Yeah, So
Woodstock. There's the different prints you will wear at a music festival. And if you look at the mud, if you look at the midsole, if you look at the midsole, it looks dirty. It looks like you've been walking in mud.
Well, yeah, it's a splatter. Yeah,
it's got something like a
paint splatter. Yeah. But I think this overall was a dope shoe. Concept always do crazy collaborations, but there was something special about this 3-pack. I did not get a chance to complete the pack. Hopefully I will one day.
What pair don't you have?
What pair don't you have? Two more.
There's heavy and there's heavy and mellow.
Yeah, so I need a heavy and the mellow. Just the far out.
Okay. So I was suckered in by an Adidas deal from Black Friday. this weekend. I had my eyes on these, the Bad Bunny CL Response. This is the brown. I forgot what the Spanish name for it is, but it is a brown colorway. An incredible. I mean, this is a good shoe, like a really, really good shoe. Like this is the shoe when. Oh, you did?
Oh no. Okay, no, not that I lost you.
Oh, go ahead. So this is a shoe that when people are like, what's Adidas going to do without Yeezy? Like that Adidas needs to tap into. These are great. Yeah. So yeah, I ended up paying 64.
Well, now though, yeah, 60.
Right. It's about 64. But just a really, really good shoe. I'm happy people slept on it. Silver medalist Rajiv Ram and his doubles partner Austin Krajicek came and visited the tennis club that I work at because his coach works there, and I got my picture taken in these sneakers. So with my Joe Fresh Goods Sprite tee on. So we'll share that with the clips.
I gotta get that hat.
So
that hat is nasty. That hat is I gotta get that.
Yeah.
I got.
So that's my.
It better be.
Yeah, that's actually a good question. That's actually a good question. I just hurry up and got the tee. I just hurry up and got the tee so I could I could have something from it. So
shout out Joe.
Shout out Joe Fresh Goods. Hop on the pod for sure. This is a fun episode, man.
Absolutely.
This has been a fun episode.
Great story for people that have been collecting for a while. I know a lot of people reach out and ask for more of a product-based episode. So it's definitely one of those episodes. I think
we need to do more of these. We got to do more of these, man. We're just talking about sneakers, bro.
We got. I mean, there's a lot of stories.
we got a lot of. I mean, we
got plus pairs of stories there. So
look, I could do. Yeah, we could do. we could do a lot of stories, man.
So yeah. But yeah. That's our episode for this week, guys. Thanks for the engagement. Thanks for tuning in. The numbers continue to rack up. We are finally averaging more than 100 downloads a week. So
that's insane. Thank you, everybody, man. That's insane.
Not even a year yet. But I am setting up something special for our year. I think you guys.
Do I know about it?
No.
Do I know about it?
No, I'll let you know once we stop recording. But
I'll bet.
Any closing remarks?
No, man. Thank you. This was. I know we had a plan, or I think you had a plan, and then we pivoted. And I think the pivot. I don't want to talk about it. And I guess that is kind of what happened. But I think that this went well. This was a lot of fun. Yeah. This was really enjoyable to record, and I think a lot of people are going to enjoy listening to this and hearing our stories, and maybe even watching it on YouTube. So that you can actually see the sneakers. Yeah.
Well, as I always say, guys, love, peace, and sneakers.
Peace.
So, brothers.